My first live. Hey there. My name is Chris Cervantez, and I did a deep dive into San Dimas statistics here in the last several years. And what I found is, well, a quick observation. The real estate process is heavily emotional. A lot of people will bring in their feelings and their opinions as far as what how they're making these decisions based on those things, and how are they going to buy a house. And yet that does serve a place in this whole process. However, the data is also a pretty significant component of all this. And why do I say the data? Is because, again, it doesn't matter what you feel or what you think. In the event that the market dictates something else, and you really want to sell or you really want to buy, then you've got to change your position and make an informed decision moving forward. So what does that mean? That means, or what? Why do I share all this? Because I say this all the time: the scoreboard doesn't lie, right? You step on a scale, you're going to weigh that number, whether you like it or not, because that's the scoreboard. The data. This is what I did. I took the median sized property in San Dimas over the last 6 months. I took that median and then I did 20% plus or minus on the square footage, 30% plus or minus on the lot square footage, and 30% plus or minus on the average year, no HOA. So this data represents that sample set, okay? And I'll put what those exact numbers are in the description. But basically, in San Dimas, again, thoughts, feelings, emotions are one thing, but the data is another. So when we see the median sales price in 2021 go from 820 to 870 in 2022, 899, 910, and then drum roll, 892. So it went from 892, or excuse me, 910 to 892. It went down for the first time, and I'll have to do some research on when did we see pricing soften year over year previously. But obviously, post COVID, the market went crazy from 2020 to 2021, etc. But hey there, whoever that is, Eli. Um, the market went crazy. And then the market went crazy post COVID. So, with that being said, you have to understand this as a homeowner in San Dimas. If the peak is past us, right? The peak is in 2024, based on the data, the peak happened in 2024. We're on the downside of this trend. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, if you're thinking about selling in 2025, or excuse me, 2026, 2027, 2028, how far are you going to let prices soften before you make a move? And maybe the kids are still in school. Maybe you're not retired yet. Maybe you're just not ready to make a move, and that's fine. But just know that if we're in this downward trend, and it's impossible to say. I don't have my crystal ball, right? I don't know. Is it going to follow this first dotted line, that it's going to flatten out and we're going to eventually start rebounding again? Is it going to follow this solid line down here and it's going to get really dicey, where it goes back to 2021 numbers, 2022 numbers? It's impossible to say. But what I do know is that specific circumstances in your situation are going to change this whole thing. In the event that you don't have a certain time on the job, so you can't buy, then it is what it is. Then you just don't buy now. But something that I said on another video is that oftentimes it's best to, everyone wants to time the market, right? Well, if you're a buyer and you know that the prices are going to be softening here in the next couple of years, maybe it makes sense to wait, okay? Maybe it makes sense to wait because you're going to save thousands and thousands of dollars in interest payments over the years. What I would suggest to you is run the numbers. what does it cost today to buy a home versus what is it going to cost down here, making some assumptions in the event that the pricing softens up here in 2027, 2028, etc. We have to run the numbers. You have to educate yourself. And this is what I'm here to do. I'm not here just to say, yeah, it's a great time to buy, it's a great time to sell. No, you have to understand what your situation is and what your plans are and what the strategy is. So I'm hoping this helps. I'm hoping that this deep dive into the numbers helps. Um, this is my first live, so I'm hoping that hey there, Joe. Thanks for joining on my first live on YouTube. If I could ever be of service, any real estate questions that you have here in the San Gabriel Valley, born and raised in the area, I'd love to be of service. My name is Chris Cervantez. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining. Reach out if I can be of service. Take care. Well, I don't know how to end this, which is hilarious. But I just saw your question pop up, Roar1122. What if I'm a complete beginner in this? If you're a complete beginner in this, thinking about buying or thinking about selling, you reach out to a professional like myself or reach out to somebody that you know and trust and have the conversation about what does your situation look like and how do you strategize to make the best decision possible for your situation. If you don't have anybody, I'd love to earn the opportunity to have a conversation with you. I'll leave all my contact information in the section below. But yeah, if you're thinking about selling property, maybe you're looking about maybe getting into the real estate market as a sales agent, I'd love to be of service as well. I've been selling for I just celebrated 21 years in the business, so I'd love to be of service. Anything I can do to help you in your journey, I'm here. So thanks so much again for joining. I'm hoping that answers your question, Roar 1122. But thanks you guys for joining. Thanks for watching. Take care. And sounds like a rational approach. Thank you. Awesome. Well, again, thanks for joining, you guys. I'm going to see if I can possibly turn this off. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Take care.